Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Daria Reactions. I am Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And for those who are new here, we are doing a reaction series involving MTV's Daria, where we not just watch the episode in its entirety, but obviously reactions, commentary, discussion. So you get my genuine reaction to a lot of stuff. This is also a rewatch because I was in high school when Daria was first airing on MTV, and it's been, especially for any episodes that aired prior to the year 2000, definitely over 25 years since I've seen many of these episodes. And season 3 was airing in 1999, so we're like right there. And in season 2000, the season 4 was 24 years ago, and season 5 was 23 years ago at the time of this recording here in the fall of 2024. So with that said, we are closing in on the ending of season 3, but we're at the very least we're nearing the end of this particular disc in the box set. And yes, we are using the infamous Daria the Complete Series DVD box set that takes forever to decode on regardless of what DVD player you use. So oftentimes I have to record these episodes in bulk depending on how much time I want to spend waiting for the DVD to actually decode. And again, it doesn't matter what DVD player it is, that box set is infamous for being problematic on so many ways. Anyway, this week, so we are going to be doing the episode Jake of Hearts. Only thing I remember about this episode is that Jake has a heart attack, and I think Quinn gets inspired about her future. I think she decides because of what happens to Jake, she becomes interested in the medical profession outright as an actual career choice. I think it's clearly more of a phase than anything, but I don't remember how that's portrayed exactly. But it seems to be a pattern that there seems to be one episode that definitely focuses on Jake's stress. We have seen that here, that he has high blood pressure. He is very easily stressed out about stuff. And you just know the dude is working towards like hoping that he can retire as soon as possible. Because but as we saw in the last episode, is like he's just a dude. He needs a buddy. That's something that's quite clear from the last episode. Actually, the last two episodes, Daria the Musical and Lane Miserables, is that Jake instantly views Trent as a buddy because he's like the only. We don't really see Jake interacting with any other guys really outside of maybe Jody's father for that one instance. Jake doesn't interact with and Mr. DiMartino, but that's going back to the paintball episode. So yeah, Jake has no dudes to like shoot the breeze with, to relax or just chill out to some degree. But we're getting ahead of ourselves and are behind ourselves here talking about Jake. But anyway, let's get into the episode here. For those who don't know, we do the display capture here. You don't hear any audio. I do turn the blur on and off here. We try to get around all the DMCA nonsense because Paramount is a very anal company, more so than Toei, which is its own problem. If you ever wonder why I never decided to do a reaction series on Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I'm not screwing around dealing with Toei's copyright infringement things. I actually like my YouTube channel, and I do it, and I cover things and I like doing things my own way. Anyway, let's get to it. La 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 la. Puppets make anything funny? Mm, no, they don't. She makes the point. Puppets would make that funnier. It's DJs in front of Lawndale High. Mental in the morning. Z93 FM. Don't tell me Principal Lee has made a deal with a local radio station. Yeah, yeah. It didn't take me long to realize why the DJs were there. Yes, they would. So is Principal Lee's hair going gray or what? That's a yeah. Bomb sniffing dogs at Lawndale High. So does that place Lawndale High up in like I was about to say New York. Hey, holy crap! The Morgendorfers are eating tacos. They're not eating lasagna. And now I want tacos. Unfortunately, it's 2:30 in the morning and Taco Bell is closed. That's a big bowl of guacamole. There are some weird lining issues here with there. That's kind of nuts. There's some weird lining issues here in that shot. Oh, Jake is losing it. He's having a heart attack. Well, Cedars of Lawndale. It's a mild heart attack, but actually, there's no such thing as a mild heart attack. But that's kind of it's kind of a weird thing there. Yeah, what's causing him stretch? Well, A, B, and C. What in the world? Rabbit rodent ripoffs. Yeah, you gotta feel bad for Jake, in a large ways here. I mean, again, the dude has some is very has some traumatic issues he's never resolved, and again, you feel bad for him. You know, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Moron. That's actually a great joke because Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman was airing on CBS around this time. Oh boy. Oh, Jake's mom's coming. So, do they they are assuming Jane and Daria know how to party? Jane, yes. We know Jay knows how to party because we know what she got up to in the laundry room at Brittany's house way back in season 1. Yes, it clearly will. It's a flashlight? Neat. Oh no, it's a mini flashlight keychain. I had one of those. She has a stethoscope, and that's Jake's mom. Wow. So Jake's mom is a bitch. That's good to know. Eh. Oh, oh wow, wow. She dro- she dropped a line that girls as pretty as Quinn does not need to become doctors. Oh wow, that that is just nuts. But clearly, if you thinking about like where would Quinn get that type of attitude from? Clearly, it's from Jake's side of the family and her paternal grandmother. Mr. O'Neill is not going to be thrilled here. Does she cook all the time? Meanwhile, in Quinn's room, you know, I'll give credit to Quinn here that she is actually throwing herself into this. She doesn't like to be, and Quinn is actually taking it seriously. So kudos to her there. Yes. Oh, he has a lobster bib. Jake is actually considering the future if he does die. Yeah, yeah. There is some weird. There's some weird coloring and stuff with these episodes here in season 3. Hey, it's up, Chuck. It's been a while since we've seen him, but yeah, this look even in this scenario that the Upchuck would not get a girlfriend here. He is staring into your soul. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That It's like a date for a bumper sticker. Yeah, Upchuck does not deserve that level of humiliation. Then again, I actually get a kick out of his character. Granted, it's a one gag character, and this is going to end terribly. Oh, wow. Oh, he nearly landed on the Fashion Club. That would have been funny as hell. I'm surprised that he got up so quick. But I will say this: if there was someone from the Fashion Club that was going to go out with Upchuck, playing matchmaker here, I would say, I would actually say Sandy and Upchuck would actually make a decent pairing. Uh, that's come up here, kid, in and let me be your ball of yarn. That's actually a clever pickup line. So kudos there. Wow, the family issues are coming through here for Jake. Jake wanted to go to tennis camp. Kind of makes me wonder how like Jake is a tennis player. Hey, Quinn is playing Operation. Helen, part of me is actually wanting for Helen to punch out Jake's mom. Quinn is not answering the phone. She's studying. Message pad? Oh, there is one. Yeah, Quinn is studying. Yes. Again, give Quinn credit. She is diving into it. Wow. Wow, so apparently Jake's mom has issues with his father too. Uh oh. Oh, is she having a heart attack too? Again, whoever, whatever studio did the animation work in for season 3 was clearly cutting corners at times. Ooh, I would love to see that. That's an interesting picture Jane is painting, and I'm glad I actually get a close up shot of it. Uh, Wait a second. I wonder if this. Wait a second. Is this a reuse of an earlier shot with the picture being different? Oh, Jane is planning to deal with the van. Well, wait, how could she pull that off with the certain type of dogs that are around Lawndale High that Principal Lee has? Oh, he's passed out. Are they going to go after Jane and Daria again? Of course they are. Yeah, with reason that she's avoiding you. Why do they keep going after her? This is actually one of the more idiotic subplots of this episode of the series. Daria is always mental in the morning. Oh boy, Daria's on a rant here. Yep, give her the T-shirt. Give her the Oh, she didn't even get the T-shirt. Oh, she did get the T-shirt. That's awesome. Helen is definitely has a smug look on her face. Oh wow, Helen is. Oh wow, Daria came to Quinn and Helen's defense there. Yeah, they owe her big time. So for the most part, I was, you know, when you think, I actually will comment on that because that's actually a great discussion point here. That's actually positive there. Jake is excited. Yep, they're going back to normal. Oh wait, there's a wonderful life reference there. It's pretty cool. That's actually pretty clever. It's been a while we've seen Jane and Daria getting a pizza together. No, one pizza. And damn, Papa John's has just closed about 20 minutes ago. Oh no. The DJs are here at the pizza place. Okay. All right. So this episode, well, let's get the radio subplot thing out of the way. I didn't particularly care for it, um, at all because it really didn't go anywhere. It's like all that really existed was to give Daria like basically set up for Daria to go on a rant, and this essentially shock the hell out of the DJs to drive them away from Lawndale High and win a free T-shirt. So that was a nice touch. He did get the T-shirt, but man, that was just awful. So I didn't care for it at all. I didn't like the personalities of the radio DJs were for a morning zoo show. I said that's typically what they call it, the morning zoo. Uh, it was way too stereotypical, and I say that because someone who listened to a lot of morning uh, shows here in the Philadelphia area where I live. I would listen to like Preston Steve in the morning, especially when they went over to WMMR, 93.3 on the dial, and you can and again, it's like the best morning radio show I've heard. Yes, they have some over the top bits and stuff that they do over the course of that show, but nothing like to that nth degree as depicted in this episode here. Um, trying to think of another. I'm trying to think of if I ever heard morning DJs with that type of personality as depicted in this episode, and the closest I would say maybe would be like what was like if you ever seen the movie Private Parts, the that was based on Howard Stern's life, and when he goes to like WNBC, it's like it becomes like what's like a puker, has like that real up tempo voice and stuff for like a no, not necessarily for a top 40 station or even a classic rock station. So that's not really the right example there too. So yeah, I didn't care for the radio bit at all. The whole heart attack stuff is stuff with and the thing with Jake, him facing his mortality, Daria kind of being remaining herself, but seeing like how it affects like other members of the family, like Quinn becoming like she's gonna become a doctor, like knowing her father has a heart condition, that he's had a heart attack, like she suddenly becomes motivated to start studying to become a doctor. She actually takes it seriously to a very large degree, and it does play into something that I've said going back into season one, that Quinn is a lot smarter than she is normally depicted to be, and that obviously she applies herself. She can be at Daria's level, if not even beyond that. Helen becomes obviously a little more caring, a little bit more like more of a home mother, like putting her career stuff on hold to obviously take care of Jake. A lot of that has to do with his mother Ruth coming, and she wants to, like how judgmental Ruth is, and Ruth, Jake's mom, boy, she's just a straight up bitch. In terms of this ripping into Helen for like how the Morgendorfer's house looks, and as well as like trying to discourage Quinn from actually studying. And it's like, it'll be better just marry a doctor. That'll be far better than you actually becoming one and applying yourself. So it's an interesting thing there. But we also get the revelation that Jake's father was not only really controlling and twisting things around as it relates to Jake, but also was really controlling of his own wife as well. So and there's like a lot of pent up issues there. But the big moment there where Jake realizes from Daria when she asks him, "Aren't you doing better than your own father because he was dead at your age?" And Jake realizing that he's actually surpassed his father in terms of actually just simply living longer speaks volumes there. Like the joy that you feel for him is like he goes to the whole "it's a wonderful world" moment, and like realize just having that simple epiphany is like it clearly does him a world of good that he like, yeah, he can worry about the future, what will happen to his to Helen, Jane, and Daria, Helen, Quinn, and Daria if he passes away. But knowing that it's almost like it gives him a new lease on life. It's like, yeah, he's already surpassed his father just by being on the planet longer. Now, the question that Jake asked Daria is Jake a good father? And we'll put this in the context of comparing him to a lot of like fictional depictions of fathers. Okay, he is someone who clearly he pursues, who clearly was never allowed to pursue his own natural career and life ambitions, and so when you factor in it's like, okay, all the things that he has clearly has done. So clearly, yes, he's gone to college. He's met the right girl. He's loyal to Helen, and he has two girls, and they're two bright, uh, raising two children. And clearly, at the stage that we are seeing in the show, that he is, it's like they do have a good heads on their shoulders. Quinn obviously being younger than Daria by a few years, uh, it does kind of like play that like she doesn't have Daria's experience or obviously her world outlook, but we have seen that Quinn is quite capable of making smart, intelligent decisions when situations are a bit odd, and that she will step up when if the situation calls for it. Uh, and this episode proved that immensely. So if you ask the question here, is Jake a good father? And the answer is obviously yes. Yes, he is. The only thing if you that you worry about with him is that he is very easily stressed. That he doesn't quite. And again, I'm saying that someone here, someone who doesn't really take care of himself either. This is like, yeah, you look at him as a character, and like when you look at all the great moments, that all the moments and times that he gets to be in the spotlight, you realize that yeah, he's clearly like like he clearly splits the financial responsibility and burden for the family with Helen, but he is always doing the best that he can, and that you feel like he's going to have the back of Daria and Quinn going forward with whatever they choose to do. Um, and so yeah, you that is really like you like boiling Jake's character down into a nutshell. So, and again, like if you compare Jake to say like almost like many other of the television fathers, particularly of the '90s period here, I'm actually trying to think of family sitcoms of around that same time and of the late '90s, and no, this has been a few years before Malcolm in the Middle. Even that '70s show would have been in its early infancy at this point. So can't really compare them. Compare them. It's like you want to compare them to like Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin. Well, Homer is definitely a better dad than Peter, but those are two definitely more over the top, and Jake is a more realistic character. So you probably have to go back a little bit further to comparing Jake to say like a Danny Tanner or on Full House, or uh, the Keaton. I forget the name of the the first name of the characters on the Family Ties. Like I don't remember the last name of the Keatons. It's like or Robin Thicke's character on Growing Pains. Seaver, something Seaver, and I can't think of it. Uh, Actually, like when you start to think about it, more and more I think about it here with Jake. Jake is probably the most realistic father figure on television of like that 80s into the 90s period in terms of someone who would have like health problems, stress, easily stresses out about life, has unresolved trauma and issues that he's never quite gotten over. I there is actually a strong case that Jake is actually the best depiction of a father on television. Because I'm actually struggling to think of someone who's actually was depicted better in a fatherhood role. And I'm thinking like contemporaries, both live action and animation, and I'm not coming up with an answer. Huh. Funny how that works. Then again, it is nearly 3 a.m. in the morning at the time I'm discussing this, so it's like my mind is a bit warped. Um, yeah, it's like that's actually would make for a great like long form discussion video sometime down the road if I choose to do stuff like that. Anyway, we'll wrap this up here. Uh, this was an interesting episode overall when you start thinking about like Jake in and of himself. Anyway, as I said, we'll wrap this up here. We are going to do the next episode of Daria next week, the Speed Trap episode. And so that'll be next Wednesday. So till then, tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, like, comment, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.